I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Kai Davis. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful night?
Oh, I'm doing well. How about yourself, my friend?
I'm excellent. Hey, thanks for asking. I'm pretty cool. Chilling in Trinidad tonight, having conversations with a mug of water.
I'm sipping on some water myself. How is Trinidad?
Trinidad is excellent well, I almost said this morning, but tonight it's warm. I'm actually bareback, right? So I'm not wearing a t-shirt because it's really warm. And if I put the AC on while I'm recording, that doesn't work out too well. But yeah, things are great, man. Lots to be thankful for. What about you? Where are you right now?
I'm in Oregon, about
Ouch.
2 hours south of Portland, and it's winter here. It's cold. It's rainy.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it here. It's beautiful. It's I think one of the most beautiful places in the U.S. But winter rolls around and it gets a little cool.
Yeah, you definitely have to have on your t-shirt when you're podcasting, right?
Well, t-shirt, sweater, and jacket sometimes.
Wow.
Get the whole podcasting setup.
Yeah. It's cool. Oh, it's cool. Life, it definitely, hey, I always offer that email that I have in draft if someone needs it, which is an email of Caribbean Sunshine. I could always send that your way. Yeah.
Oh, yes, please.
But Kai, please tell me, which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time?
That's a great question. You know, I think it's my outreach talents, my writing talents that resulted in us connecting. What is it that drew you out to connect with me?
Podcast host. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. Make money
yes.
online and get more
I'm
clients.
glad you're a listener.
Great stuff, right?
Thank you. Yeah, I love producing them. I've been doing Make Money Online for just about 2 years now with Nick DeSabato. For any of the listeners, it's makemoneyonline.exposed. Nick and I wanted to record a podcast for a year, and we just were thinking about, well, what do we want it to be about? And we just both dislike the Make Money Online tropes. And one day Nick sent me a message and he was like, hey, so what if we had a podcast named Make Money Online? And I'm like, I'm intrigued. Tell me more. And he says, well, I just bought the domain name makemoneyonline.exposed. And I'm like, well, we have a podcast now, my friend. And so we just sit down once a week, release a 30-ish minute episode talking about what it's really like to own an internet business as a consultant or as somebody selling educational products, the joys, the pains, everything in between, and just try to give an honest perspective. No glam, no hyping ourselves up, just what it really honestly is like to be somebody running an internet business.
Yeah, the truth, right? You
Yes.
The truth. Yeah, put simply. That's great. So who did you learn that from? That skill of it's more important to tell the truth than to put on all of the fancy stringy things, if you would.
It's always been one of the core, it's a really, really good question. It's always been one of the core beliefs I've had in my life. I like presenting an authentic picture to the world, since the person who I am when I go home at night is the person who I really am. I'd rather be that authentic person in my writing, in my speaking, in my podcasting, in whatever I do. And what I found is it resonates incredibly well with some people. Some people are like, I love this. This is different than what I normally experience. And some people are like, this is a little different than what I'm used to and I don't quite like it. And I actually enjoy provoking that type of reaction. I want people to either say, I love this, this is great, or this is not for me, I'm going to say no, because I find if somebody ends up in the middle, whether it's with your online personality or offline personality or product or podcast, whatever it is, that middle of like, it's okay, it doesn't give you anything actionable and it doesn't give you somebody who's engaged and interested in what you're creating. So I always like just presenting my authentic self because it polarizes people in some ways and helps attract the right people to me.
Yeah. You're talking and I hear no filters required. No filters required. Love it. So you've been doing this for quite a bit in terms of who you are truly. Why will you continue? Why will you continue to repeat this skill? Nevertheless,
I love what I'm able to do. I love that I get to wake up in the morning and write. I love that I get to educate people. I love that I get to share the lessons I learn in my own business with other people and help them grow and run better businesses themselves. I'm an interesting combination of a teacher, an educator, a business person, and a marketer. And I just feel lucky that I've been able to make my own career where I get to practice all of these skills and engage in all of my interests day to day.
I think it's where the true podcaster exists, right there. At the
Mm-hmm.
core of who he or she is and what they deliver is really an extension. Thus, the reason they go on and on and on and on, because it's not something that that is fluff. Then, so I have to do this podcast because it's good for my SEO. No, it's really hey, I enjoy doing this. Do you think that's accurate as well?
I think it's very accurate. I mean, I think Derek Sivers had a post a while ago talking about when your heart says yes or when your head says yes, and finding the balance between the two of them. And I think that when you find the right medium, be it podcasting or something else, and you just have this head and heart saying, I love doing this, I love creating like this, I love making things like this, you found the right thing. Do more of that. I have a phrase written on my wall: if it works, keep doing it. And I think that applies so well when it comes to anything in business or anything we put out into the world, like a podcast. Hey, if it's working and you're enjoying doing it, keep on doing it. Don't stop.
Okay. Well, tell us about something else that you've been doing consistently over the last 3 years, Kai.
Absolutely. So it's not the last 3 years, but for the last year, I've been writing a daily email for freelancers and consultants on how to get more clients without spending more on marketing. Every day I wake up and write a new letter to my subscribers, around 5,000 people now. And it's between 750 and 1,000 words, talking about marketing systems I've studied and I'm testing in my own business, or advice on how to get more clients, whatever lessons I've learned recently when it comes to running my own business. And having a daily writing habit like that has just been wonderful. I spent my time in college wishing I was a writer, my time after college wishing I was a writer. And sometime in the last year and a half, I realized, well, I don't need to wait for permission for anybody to make me a writer. Instead, it's just showing up and making the clackety clack noise and writing. Similarly with podcasting, there's no great podcasting authority that says, "Dear sir, we're so sorry you've not been authorized for a podcast." It's wonderful that I'm able to wake up and make money online or get more clients and put these things out into the world and have people appreciate them.
The feeling you got when you first started writing, to whether it be 1 or 10 or a dozen email subscribers, and the feeling you get now, is it the same?
It's definitely changed. When I started writing and when I started podcasting, there was definitely a feeling like, who am I to do this? Why am I being allowed to do this? Somebody better check in on me and make sure I'm not doing the wrong thing. And now it's much more a position of excitement rather than a position of hesitancy or caution or even fear. Instead, I'm excited to share my lessons. I'm excited to share what I'm working on. I'm excited to share and teach new things. And if a letter one day says something that turns out to be wrong, okay, everybody makes mistakes and we just move on forward. So it's definitely transformed from, let's say, a place of nervous excitement to a place of full-on excitement.
So just to someone who is in thought, right? Someone who may be on that ferry ride or maybe walking in that park, why they should just do it. Just get out there and do the thing that fulfills their passion.
I think it comes down to this. We only have so many days on the earth. We only have so many days when we're going to be in good health. And so if you have this passion or this interest or this hobby or this project you want to work on, if you want to launch a podcast or start writing or start your own business, there's no better day than today to get on that path and start doing it, because we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. And it's easy to fall asleep tonight and wake up tomorrow and say, I'll get started on it tomorrow. But if we just do this one little thing, if you just take one singular little action today to move yourself 1 inch closer to that goal, whatever that goal is, you've made a difference in your life. You've started that habit of working towards that outcome, working towards whatever it is you want to create in your life. So to that person listening who's on that ferry ride or saying, I want to start the thing, but I don't know, should I start? Do I have permission to start? A, you have permission to start. B, you are the only person who could truly give yourself permission to start. And C, won't it feel amazing tomorrow when you wake up and you say, hey, you know what? Maybe I only did that thing for 10 minutes yesterday, but I've started that habit of doing the thing. I've started that first step of building that business or launching a podcast or writing my book, whatever it is. you've taken that first step forward.
Wow, Kai is speaking and I'm getting chills all over. And it's really amazing because I think he's talking from that true space, right? That true place in who he is. Love it. Well, amazing audience. Again, we are live with Kai Davis. Hey, do check him out. He is the podcast host of Make Money Online and Get More Clients. You could definitely check that out at makemoneyonline.exposed. Kai, let's switch gears for a moment now and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful warm blue Caribbean water. Kai, what is your earliest childhood memory?
Oh, that's a great question. I'd say one of my earliest childhood memories is actually when I was 6 or 7 years old, maybe 5 or 6 years old. I was I was homeschooled until I was in high school, and I used to go to a social group of another 30 or 40 kids. And I remember one day I saw a couple of them sitting around playing this game with these trading cards, and I walked up to them and asked what they were doing. And they were playing this game called Magic the Gathering, and I started playing. I learned how to play it. I ended up, while I was in high school and college, starting an eBay business, growing a business around Magic the Gathering, playing on the professional circuit, playing on the professional tour. And it's one of my earliest memories, just playing this game with friends. And it became a very defining part of who I am. It became one of my first explorations of entrepreneurship and business. And to this day, it's one of my proudest achievements, building a business like that and qualifying and playing on the professional circuit.
Well, that is intriguing. Right? Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Please.
I just love the idea of what it takes to learn, if you would. I just had Eric Jacobson on, and we spoke about servant leadership, right? And the value that comes and the value that brings to your business. And it's intriguing just to see you take that position of, I'm willing to learn this. It's a humility, right? Which is a truth, right? That I don't understand it and I need the information. Please do give it to me. And it's fascinating to see how that has brought value to your life, in that you, in being humble, get the information that's necessary to not only help you, but now to help others and let them understand that they can do this as well.
Beautifully put.
You're welcome. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
Oh, when I was 12, my favorite song, I think it was, let me dig back in the memories. Oh, shucks, I'm struggling to remember. I'm going to go with Tub Thumper by Chumbawamba, because I know I would listen to that CD a ton when I was 12, but I think my favorite song was actually Walking on the Sun by Smash Mouth.
Yeah, love it. Yeah, definitely no limits here. Walking on the Sun. Love it. Okay, we have now arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Kai, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Not yet.
Are you married?
No, I'm not.
Do you have children?
No, I don't.
Do you believe in God?
I believe in a creator. I believe that we don't have the answers, but I don't necessarily at this point in time believe in the traditional image of the Western God.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes, I do.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No, I do not.
How about 3 hours a week?
Yes, I do.
What about screen time, the phone and the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
It's less than 8, and it's been a continual practice to get it under 8.
Yeah, definitely a challenge, isn't it? But well done. Ooh, I think that's a blog right there. How I keep it less than 8 and stay great. That's the rhyming in me. My wife is a poet.
Beautiful.
All right, Kai, after 1,001 conversations in 3 months in 2016, came up with this workbook. The name of it is called Yours, Your Own Unique Real Self, with the idea that you answer questions that hopefully connect you with your mission statement. Your own unique real statement is what I call it. If you, Kai, had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents Kai Davis, what would you say that is?
Treat yourself with love.
Love it. Kai, hey, again, this has been a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I just love to invite anybody that's a freelancer, consultant, or interested in learning more about freelancing or consulting to sign up for my daily email newsletter. They could go ahead and visit kaidavis.com/daily. That's KAIDAVIS.com/daily and enter their email address in the form on the page. And they'll be guaranteed to get tomorrow's issue of my newsletter in their inbox.
Love it. Kai, again, great pleasure, my friend. Truly enjoy this. Kai Davis, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mounting pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.